What is going on, my Shift Gear podcast enjoyers? It is a random Tuesday in January. There is nothing going on. We had Liverpool regionals this week, but other than that, like it's the same damn thing over and over. But that's why we're here. We try to create cool stuff to get people interested about this boring ass format. And to be honest, that's like kind of beyond our capabilities at this point. But we didn't ask me anything this week, and some of the questions were actually so jokes that we're pretty excited to answer them on the pod this week.
Nice. Yeah.
To start off, we are going to start doing a weekly segment, and maybe Kieran, you can explain this better, but more or less just trivia.
Yeah, we thought we'd just mess around, try something new. I was a guest on the Drew Too Many podcast, and we had some trivia, and I thought it was really fun. So, I don't know, I thought you guys can play along at home. Me and Neil will each have, I think, a somewhat difficult trivia question related to the card game every week. So, DM either me or Neil good trivia questions you have if you want us to ask them. So, yeah.
Okay, let me ask you mine first.
Okay, you go first.
And for full context, like I had no idea what to ask this guy, and then I like looked at my wall and I was like, "Oh wait, I can ask him that." So this is the question, and to be honest, it's not a good question, but there were there were three Pokemon cards from Diamond and Pearl, from the Diamond and Pearl like Platinum era, reprinted in Celebrations. What were these three cards?
Okay, Luxray level X for sure. Garchomp level X for sure.
It's two.
And then Claydol. Claydol's the last one.
That was pretty good. That was clean. That was clean.
Nice.
Yeah, there's three of them. It seemed like there was like three from like every era, more or less.
Yeah.
So that was the three from Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, the other eras were what? So like EX era, we had Rocket's Admin, Gardevoir Delta. There was a Gold Star too, I think, right? Was it?
You're
Umbreon?
one.
Umbreon Gold Star?
Umbreon Gold Star.
Yeah, okay.
And then there's one more EX.
One more EX? Oh, Mew EX, Mew
Yeah.
EX.
There you go.
Yeah. So, wait,
Yeah,
did
that's a lot
Manectric EX get reprinted too or no?
No,
No.
Mew Manectric was the deck. That's
Okay,
probably why
yeah,
you're making
yeah.
the association.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. All right, Neil, my question's a little more difficult. I don't know if you can be able to get it.
God.
Okay.
Put it on me.
So it pertains to the World Championship. I was going to do all of them, but I think I picked just the modern era. So anything 2017 and onwards. Can you tell me which Pokemon card, like it's a Pokemon, has been played the most in the winning decks? And can you also tell me which trainer card has been played most in the winning decks? And just to clarify, like if someone played 4 copies in their list, I only count that as 1.
Okay. And by winning, you mean only the decks that came in first place?
Only the deck that came in first place.
That kind of throws mine out the window because I was going to say Gardevoir because I know it did well a few years back and then it did well again.
So I'm not saying like the Pokemon itself, but it's the same card. So like for example, like Mew EX or Mew V, and like I don't know if there was a Mew EX that won, like that doesn't count as the same card. It has to be the same card.
Oh, like the exact same card.
Yeah. If you want, we can do Pokemon too, because that was my backup question.
Yeah, that one's interesting. Like, because that means it would have to have been, it had to have survived a rotation. Kind of came out within like May or April and then survived 2 rotations, most likely. What card was this? Okay, hold up. My first guess is Zoroark GX.
No, but you're in the right era.
I'm in the right era, okay.
Well, just think about what won Worlds.
The problem is I wasn't playing much back then, so I don't really know. That was in the time I took a break. I'm trying to think. So Malamar did well. I forget what won that year, though. That 2018 year. I totally
Zoroark
forgot
did
what
win. I'll give you that as a hint.
Was it Zoroark that one?
Yeah. So Zoroark does contain the card that it is.
So is it Trash Lunch?
No.
It's not Trash Lunch.
Okay, it was played in the 2017 winners deck, and it was played in the 2018 winners deck. This is actually the only Pokemon card that was in more than one deck that's won Worlds. So.
Is it Tapu Lele?
It is Tapu Lele GX.
Okay. That was actually one of my first guesses, but I thought that'd be too easy. I thought you'd just pick something else.
Yeah.
Okay, sick.
And then the trainer.
card.
The trainer one I think you can get. This one's not that hard.
Ultra Ball?
Yeah, it's Ultra Ball.
That was actually like, that was a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
Like I thought about it. Like if it wasn't Ultra Ball, I don't know what I would have chosen. Maybe like research.
So I think I looked. So Ultra Ball has been in 3 Worlds winning decks. The other cards that have been in 2, we have Boss's Orders, Path to the Peak, Switch, Mysterious Treasure, and Bridget, Guzma, Sycamore, Field Blower, Rescue Stretcher, and Choice Band.
These were all in multiple?
Yeah. It's just because, like, I don't know, when, like, you have rotation, I guess cards don't stay that much. Like, Ultra Ball wasn't legal for a while. But yeah. So
Interesting.
there
Okay,
you go.
well, I like it.
That's our first trivia
Good.
segment. Let us know what you guys
Yeah, that's
think.
pretty fun, actually.
I think it's fun.
Might
I
have to
like
bring
doing
that one back.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll take a space of our sponsored spot that doesn't exist anymore. We have no good sponsor this week. Like, we have a few people who like are, hey, do this, do that, but like, no one's serious, bro. This is the problem.
No.
We need like some seriousness. Like, y'all need to write us a script and be like, here, I'm gonna give you the script, and you're gonna embarrass yourself on live for me, bro. We'll do it. I'll do it right now. I'll do it right now. I just need some ammo. Anyways, let's get off to one of the cool things we put out today. The Ask Me Anything, which ended up being like 50% Pokemon related questions, 50% like questions about like random jank. So, thank you to everybody who wrote in. We are going to be answering the random jank, so I think it's kind of jokes to kind of mix everything in here. All right, should we just start? Let's just rapid fire.
Rapid fire them off.
All right, bet. All right, we're starting. Do you think Kevin Durant regrets his decision to join the Golden State Warriors sorry, I can't speak. It's late, dog. I almost fell asleep like 4 times before we recorded this. He regrets his decision to join the Golden State Warriors as it changed his legacy.
I mean, I think yes. Just because you see him beefing on Twitter with everyone whenever they bring up the fact that they're, I don't want to say fake rings, but they're definitely the least impressive rings probably in NBA history. So
Yeah.
I think he regrets it. It seems like he wants validation, but no one's gonna validate that. Like imagine if like, I don't know. I'll try and come up with a Pokemon analogy. It's like,
like if Tor joined the Shuffle Squad and then
sure,
they won
if
every
Tor joined the
World
Shuffle Squad, yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna go an opposite route and say he's a bag chaser, and I don't think he regrets anything. He just seems like he cares so much about what people think, right? And
Yeah.
what is more gratifying than rings?
No, but I think he wants to be seen as like the best. Like he had like a tweet the other week where he's like, "Why am I not in the GOAT conversation?" So it's like, I don't know.
He's not serious, bro.
He isn't
This guy's
serious.
not serious.
Yeah.
All right, well, moving on. That one can be debated to death. How do you feel about Gardevoir going into the Paldean Fates format?
So this format or the next one? This one, right?
I suppose it would be this one.
Yeah,
before
Paldean
rotation.
Fates. Okay, with Moonlight Hill. I mean, I think.
Basically, standard plus Moonlight.
Okay, okay. I mean, I think Gardevoir is already like S tier deck right now. It's getting a little tool that can help it a little bit more. So I mean, I don't have any like super strong opinions. I think it's already S tier and it continues to stay S tier.
I concur. What is the best Lost Zone box variant other than Tina going into Knoxville?
That's a good question. I don't know, my gut says Kyogre because like I feel like it's very underprepared for, and I think with the uptick in like Mew and Roaring Moon, Kyogre is like really good against both of those. I mean, like Kyogre is basically 4 prizes versus Mew, and they don't play Manaphy. It's the same thing, 4 prizes against Mew. And we've seen a lot of people just cut Manaphy from their deck. So I think Kyogre is actually positioned to do well. Sablezard, I think, is alright. It's actually pretty decent into Roaring Moon, which is nice. It's good, really good into Tina, which is nice. It just, I don't know. It struggles a bit against Gardevoir if they play Jirachi. I'm not sure how his Charizard matchup is. It might be okay. But I don't know.
It's not bad.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Either Zard or Kyogre, but I'll say Kyogre. What about you, Aneil?
I'm gonna go off the chart here and say Tropius Glasses, that like super effective glasses variant with Moon and Hands. I just feel like you have an answer to everything. Like obviously it's one of those like pretty builds where like you need things to go your way, but
yeah,
it seems fun. And I actually I've been doing a lot of Sablezard testing recently, and it's actually pretty good. The only problem is like normally your lines to win are really linear, and when you're playing against good opponents, it just kind of take that away. So
nice.
That one's kind of whatever, but yeah, I do think Lost One's actually in a curious spot right now. I think it's in a position where it could kind of make a splash.
Yeah, I think it's all right. I mean, Jirachi everywhere is annoying, so that's why you kind of have to focus on these builds that play the other stuff. So, yeah. Also,
Agreed.
Do you want to name the people who asked the questions, too? So we can shout them out?
Yeah, sure, I can.
Okay.
That was Anthem Maxwell, and the first one was... Oh, sorry, Gardevoir was Moonstar, and the first one was Mark Dyson.
Okay, nice.
Okay, we got our boy, J-Star TCG,
Hey.
the GOAT. Who is the next GTA player to top 8 a regional who hasn't? You can make a short list of your top 3 players if you'd like.
Top 3. Okay. And do you know who I'm going to say is number 1?
This is tough. I don't know, man.
Probably yourself.
Oh, me. Oh, yeah, that would do.
And you
I
gotta
forgot I
top
don't have
8,
one of
man.
those yet.
You got a 9.
Yeah,
you
I
have a
actually
9.
don't have one of those yet. I have an old era one. I don't have a new era one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just on Limitless right now, scrolling like who like top by the ranking, like who hasn't made one yet, and actually like you're the highest rated person who's never made one, Neil. So
Kind of jokes.
I just jokes. Gotta step it up.
I gotta stop bubbling.
I have a good name for this. Josh Fernando. He's a very solid player
Mm.
from Vancouver. I think he's got lots of top 32s, 16s. I think he is definitely a contender for this. Who else? Oh, Simon Luong has 0 modern era top 8s. So
He's like me, bro. We peaked too early.
Peaked too early, man. All right, I'll say Aneil, Josh, and Simon. That's my short list of names to look out for.
See, bro, I'd love to help you in this question, but I can't type because I have to unplug my keyboard to plug in my webcam because my Mac is just jank, so I can't even look on Limitless. But okay, off the top of my head. All right, well, first I'm getting my easy one out of the way. Justin Kim.
Justin
Easy.
Kim.
Easy.
J-Star
They asked for the
TCG.
question. It's got to be him. Uh, Other than that, I feel like most of our Canadians are like well represented in the sense that like most of them that are very, very good have had like good
Yeah.
finishes like that. Like maybe not like regionals per se, but some IC, some
Yeah.
like whatever. I'm gonna think about that one, and we're gonna come back to it. But I
Okay.
just need a second to think about
Do you
it.
want some names I can throw out for you that you can consider?
Sure.
Okay, Jackson Ford, I think, is a name you can consider.
Legally, yeah, I have to. He's on our team.
Alan Zhu,
Alan Zhu, good player.
Hamza Khan,
Yeah, Hamza Khan.
Camille
He's American now,
Kolatosi.
but
Yeah, I was
okay,
listening to
yeah.
our voice.
yeah. No, for real, actually, like Jackson's a great show.
Yeah, Jackson, I think, is a
even
good
if
one.
even if I didn't have to shout him out for legal reasons. Love you,
Yeah.
Jay, but you know, he's due for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think about it a bit, and we'll get back to it. Kevin Clemente asks our boy. He's always got the most like interesting replies to our stuff.
I mean, Mellow Magikarp.
Man like Mellow Magic. What outside hobbies or games do you both enjoy that you believe have benefited your TCG abilities?
Cool. You want to go first, Anil?
I mean, everyone knows mine. You go ahead.
Okay. I mean, I think similar to you, Anil, I play a lot of sports growing up, and now I still do. Like, I play basketball twice a week. I don't know, I think that's really good. It's a sense of, like, just being, like, physically active, I think helps. Like, keep your mental sharp, keeps you feeling good. I honestly try and, like, run, like, sometimes, like, the day before tournament or the morning of. I'm also into running. I like that. So I guess just that in general. I coach basketball as well. I've coached my sister's team for the past like 5 years or something. So they're under 18 girls now. It's my last year because she's graduating. I think that helps a lot, especially when I coach. I coach a lot of people in Pokemon, so I think that helped me. And then growing up, like I started playing Pokemon around the same time I learned how to code. I thought that was really helpful for me. I mean, coding is just like problem solving, structuring stuff. I think it had a lot of overlap with Pokemon. And I think when I started to become a really good Pokemon player was actually around that time. I don't know if they're like correlated, but I think that's
They
definitely part
probably
of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think this is kind of a cop-out, but I'll say traveling's a hobby because of how much I travel to play Pokemon.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think it gives me like a good appreciation and like gratefulness when I play Pokemon. So it's like even if I don't do well at tournaments, like I'm just happy that I'm traveling, having friends with me
Yeah.
there. So those are my hobbies, I'd say.
Yeah, and like mine are like mostly the same. Like I come every Tuesday night before like we get on. I'm playing soccer, so I always have like I got to take a shower before I come on here, record myself, all that stuff because my hair's just soaked. Like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, Friday, I play soccer or coach. So that stuff in terms of like a mental space helps a lot. Just kind of going through learning how to win. Like even just tonight, we had like a half-hour game. Like we were down 3-1. We came back one and tied it 3-3 the last second. Like those are like character building things. So you learn how to win, you learn how to lose,
Yeah.
you learn how to be confident within what you're doing too. So that stuff really helps. And then honestly, like other than sports, there isn't a whole lot that has really attributed too much for me. Like what I studied in school doesn't really have anything to do with Pokemon, but it did teach me discipline. So I guess that has to show for something. And then coaching soccer really helped me coach Pokemon too. So you kind of learn like what works with certain people, what doesn't work with other people, and how to approach like different individuals. So yeah, that's my little spiel.
Yeah.
Reed Casterlin asks, "What's the better play for Knoxville, Charizard or Moon?"
Charizard or Moon? That is a good question. I don't know, to be honest. I feel my gut tells me it's actually Moon, since you have a good Tina matchup, and you have like somewhat even matchups if you're not playing against Gardevoir. And I feel like Charizard also has somewhat even matchups if you're not playing against Gardevoir, but like probably a slightly unfavored Tina matchup. But
Yeah.
Charizard's really good into Miraidon, which is always like played a lot day one, but it always falls off in day two. I don't know, they're pretty similar plays to be honest. I'll probably just say Moon, but that's a bit of bias since I just don't like Charizard.
Yeah, I'm on the opposite side. I think Charizard's a better play. Just because Moon, like, I think generally underperforms. Not so much about like the meta, more so just like what the deck is. It feels like Moon has like that Tina syndrome
I
of like
disagree,
last
bro.
format.
I feel like Moon is so consistent, like compared to most of the decks in the format.
It consistently like day twos, but like as far as like making a huge run, it hasn't really done that yet.
I mean, like, it's only started seeing play like the last two regionals, and then in Charlotte, like one made top eight, and then two other ones lost their way into top eight. So like, I don't know. I felt like it was really doing well, and like,
Just thinking of like what I would recommend for somebody that like I don't know, like maybe I obviously don't know the skill level of this person at all, but like I always think challenging yourself is good, right? Challenging yourself to learn Charizard, it's going to be good next format too.
I mean, so is
So there is
Moon.
some benefit. What's that?
So is Moon.
It is, but there's a 20% play difference right now between Charizard and Moon in Japan. Charizard's at like 30%, Moon's at like 10.
Bro, you can't take Japan seriously. Like, you know that.
Hey, it's true. I legally can't say that, but yeah,
Why
I
can't you
suppose.
legally say that? Bro, every
I
time
don't want to get canceled, dog.
that's not getting canceled, bro. Like every
I'm
time
not
they
taking any risk.
every time they have tournaments in Japan, or you see the deck list that come out of Japan, I'm like, they were cooking. I don't know if they were like cooking good food, but like they're always just doing stuff that's way different than the rest of the world. I mean, like look at them for a while. Like I guess you could say they were ahead of the curve, but they were always like Tina is like S tier, like best deck, and like it would just never translate to like the West or like when the format started, like they're like, oh, Chen Pao is like S tier, like it's the best deck, and then it didn't materialize. I don't know.
I don't know, bro. To me, like, respectfully, every time I look at those, like, results, I'm like, these guys are cooking drugs. Like, something's wrong out there. I don't know what these guys are eating, but, like, why is there, like, random stuff in these decks?
Did you see the list
It's
with
crazy.
Palkia V-Star, Charizard EX, like Comfy in it, like Curlia?
I'm like, what is that?
That's what I'm saying. Like they're just cooking out there. Like I don't
Man,
know.
these guys are just
what's-
bored, man. They're literally just bored. They're like, yo, how jank can I make this?
I know.
All right, on to the next. Like we can go for hours about this because of how bad those lists are. Camille Colatosti asked, and this was prompted by me on an outrageous rant I went on the other day. Is Patrick Mahomes the GOAT? And if you say yes, I'm hanging up. I don't even care.
Well,
about
no,
it.
you know who I think it is. It's Joe Flacco.
You're gonna say Joe Flacco?
Elite
Yeah, I knew it.
quarterback. All right, the lights went out, but he was so bright. His lights are so bright that they still won.
Yo, honestly, like, I don't want to say that has more merit than Patrick Mahomes, but it
on,
actually has
bro.
way more merit than it should.
No, I
It
think.
has.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah, go
finish. I was just gonna say, like, I think Mahomes is on like track to reach the GOAT level, but you can't
I agree.
say it prematurely yet. Like he's got to sustain this for like at least I don't know, like 10 years or something.
He has to do this within another system, with another coach, like another like whole different thing.
I don't know
And
if he
then
needs
I'll
to do
respect
that.
I think he does. Tom Brady did it.
I mean, bro, like Mahomes' career, the worst finish I think is losing in the conference finals. Like that's kind of crazy. And like,
Yeah, but his team is like incredible.
I mean, this year it's not incredible.
His team's pretty good.
I mean, you just watch them play. Like you watch the other quarterback, and it's like Lamar Jackson throwing like interceptions with the game on the line, or I'm
Well,
watching
he had
like
a quote. He had a quote like at the end of the AFC conference game, and he was just like, "I felt like my defense was playing so good that I didn't really need to take any risks."
I mean, that's just
So
being
we
humble,
started
bro.
like playing like prime Jimmy Garoppolo, like legit, just like 8-yard slants. Like we're gonna do like the most boring stuff possible to drain out the clock, and it worked.
Bro, you just sound
So
like a
I
hater
think he's
right
a
now.
winner.
He's a okay.
I think he's a winner.
All right.
I think he's a winner, but I don't think he's the GOAT.
No, I don't
needs
think he's
to
the
do it
GOAT
within another
either.
system.
But I think he has the potential. I don't think he needs to do another system. I think he can do it if he just stays in one and he just racks up the accolades.
Well, if Brady like finished his career in New England, then I would agree with you. But just because he went to Tampa and he did it, I was like, you know what? This kind of adds a whole layer to this whole other thing.
I
Because
don't
that
think it
was
does,
a
bro.
deadbeat franchise. Like those guys had no idea what winning even was.
Okay, so you're saying if
And then
Mahomes wins
right.
the next like 15 Super Bowls in a row, he's not the GOAT because he didn't do it in another
No,
system?
that's not what I'm saying. Obviously, that's not what I'm saying. Like, within reason, dog. If he wins, like, I don't know, let's say 3 more rings,
Yeah.
then I think he's the GOAT.
But then he still has
it
less
is
than
what it
Brady
is.
if he does that, so then...
Yeah, but I feel like just what he's done and what he's accomplished at a young age is pretty
Yeah,
insane.
that's what I'm saying. Like if he keeps it up, which I think he will, like he could get there.
But to say he's the GOAT right now is
I
outrageous.
do think it's. I agree with you.
Outrageous.
All right, next question. Next question.
Anyway, yeah, I do. That would send me into a tirade if you let me. Uh, for Sablezard, I actually don't understand this question. It's from Ryan Bound. For Sablezard, Roaring Moon or no Roaring Moon?
Oh,
I
there's
think
I
he's
think
asking if.
there's a build that plays Roaring Moon. Like
Gotcha.
so, I think no. I don't think you need it. I mean like Roaring Moon's nice to reach some knockouts, but the only knockouts you're reaching is against I guess Mew and Charizard EX, which I feel like you can probably figure out a way to deal with them anyways. Like because since if you're trading with single prices, you're trading like 2 for 2 into something that big, and you can just pick off like the small things. So I don't think adding like unnecessary inconsistency to your deck, because then you have to start playing Mirage Gates and a heavier count stuff like that. So I would just stick to like the deck that or the build that Szymanski played at Charlotte.
Yeah, I agree. Like I think Sablezard is just good fundamentally. I don't think you really need to do much with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you. We're only like halfway through this, so let's keep rolling this off. This is an important one, actually. This is a very important one, and I say this from a personal standpoint. To play VIP Pass or not to play VIP Pass in Gardevoir this weekend?
So I think you and I are like the opposite. You play VIP, I don't play VIP.
I actually didn't on the weekend at my
Oh,
League
okay,
Cup.
okay, nice. So
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't feel strongly one way or another that it's better. I prefer playing no VIP because I just personally like fitting in more of the tech options. Maybe this isn't like the right way to go. Like my philosophy is like I like having the option to beat everything. So like I like fitting Turo into my deck. Like I like fitting like Luminion into my deck for more consistency. Like I don't know. And like just later in the game, like I like going for those big turns where like I draw those extra fog crystals, those extra ultra balls to like hit more energy in the discard. So, and I also find the format slow enough where it's like I don't need to be like getting a bunch of rolls like turn one. I literally just need 2 rolls to
Yeah.
Mirage Step, and I feel like I'm cooking. And I do understand the concern that like prizing Mirage Step is really bad for the no VIP version. But that's gonna happen to you like once every 10 games, and I'm like, okay, if that happens, it happens. You can still win if it happens. Like you just have to play like a more normal Gardevoir deck. Because Gardevoir normally you can go down 2 to 3 prizes and come back. So I don't know. I like the slow approach. I think most of the decks in the format are slow. Like Charizard's slow, Giratina's slow. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say Mirror, but even like Mew VMAX isn't that fast, like putting that pressure on you. So I think it's fine. That's why
Yeah.
I like
And
it.
those are matchups you want to fall behind in anyways.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
don't really care. So yeah, like I don't know, man. I've been so torn for the last week, just like what I want to do. I think like I got punished twice in Charlotte by not playing Turo. So I do think part of my rationale is like I want to fit in Turo, and the easiest way to do that is to cut VIP.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Gustavo. He just got I forget what place he got at the regional, but he played Turo in his VIP Guardy.
It's possible,
Yeah.
for sure, yeah. I just don't like cutting more consistency for it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't like going below 7 draw supporters.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm kind of at. And I got punished for not playing Turo and Charlotte. And then even in my League Cup this weekend in top 4, like I had the game locked. And I got punished for not playing Turo again. Just put 200 on Zation and passed. I was like, okay, well,
Yeah, it
guess I
has
lose.
it has a lot more utility than people realize. Like for example, against Giratina, like if you start something that's not Ralts, Jirachi, or Manaphy, like it's actually really annoying because you want your board to be Mirage Step, Refinements, Manaphy, Jirachi. So it cleans up your board. So if you start like Mew, you start like Greninja, you can still use it to clean it up. Like you're saying, if people try to like boss stall you, you can get out. In Mirror, for example, if your energies are spread, you can like Turo something, put the energies in the discard. You can heal. I just think it's a
It's also
solid
good
card.
for wiping EX at the end of the game.
Yeah, exactly. Taking it off the board so that your opponent can't take your prizes. And then obviously against Snorlax, like it's a huge card. So yeah, I really like playing like if you look at like my LAIC build, like it plays not as many draw supporters, but it plays Luminion for Ultra Ball and the Pal Pad. And I just think they synergize really well together if you're playing no VIP, so I suggest trying that package. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I played Fish for the first time on the weekend. I'm like in love with it now. So.
Yeah, it's super good.
Yeah, full disclosure, I think I'm probably not playing VIP this weekend. Oops. All right, next. Thoughts on Jackson Ford asks, and this is an important one. Thoughts on Siakam leaving the Raptors? Shocked face.
I mean, it felt like it was inevitable this year. It's very sad. I mean, he was like the last really star of the championship team. And it sounds like the management just ghosted him, and he wanted to be here. So it's just a reminder that it's a cutthroat world in the NBA. That loyalty doesn't exist. So, I mean, it doesn't exist in like normal employers either. So, yeah, it's just sad.
it's
Like,
true.
I love Siakam. He's one of my favorite players ever. He hit like the game-winning basket. We won the championship. I don't know. He was part of the greatest team ever here. He's a Toronto legend forever. That's my thoughts.
That's our guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was inevitable, bro.
Yeah.
Right? Like it was gonna happen. And like honestly, the return at first I wasn't really too happy with, but now that I look at it, like you see Bruce play a little bit. Nowara might be the best player in the NBA. Like it is what it is now, bro. So and he went off tonight too.
He did go
Siakam
off
did really
tonight.
well. So
Yeah.
good for him, man. I just hope I hope he finds happiness in
Yes.
Indiana, which is I don't know if that's possible, but I hope he finds it. Um, so, what are each of your favorite Pokemon and each of your Super Smash Bros. Mains? Who you main / who your favorite Pokemon is says a lot about you.
Okay. My favorite Pokemon's Blaziken or Torchic, to be honest. Like I like both of them. It was like my first starter. I just think it's cool. It's a fire chicken. It's pretty cool.
It is a fire chicken.
And then my Smash main is pretty boring. It's just Pikachu. I mean, I feel like I just picked Pikachu because I like Pokemon. So whenever I play Smash, and he has very annoying
that guy.
abilities. He's very easy. Like his like down smash is like he like spins and just like catches people in it. So when people are trying to just like rolling nonsense, I feel like his up B is very good. Like you can't get caught and then you get back to the stage. His down B is
Yeah.
very good for casual Smash. From my understanding, like it's a bad ability in competitive, but for my level, it's pretty good.
Yeah. My favorite Pokemon is Wooper. I'd love to turn my camera, but I'm using a desktop. I've got like a bunch of Woopers in the corner. And then my Smash Bros. Main actually changed like when I met my like current friend group. Like these guys are the guys I went to university with, but like before that, I was like pretty casual. I like to do whatever I wanted, so I played with Kirby. So I'd go whoop 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 whoop, and then just down. It was fun. But then I started playing with these sweats, bro, and these guys are like three stocking me with Kirby. I was like, okay, I can't be this guy. Like, I can't be getting naked mild every time I play Smash. So I switched to Ike, and now I'm an Ike main. So
Nice.
take that as you will. That probably says a lot about me, and not in a good way, but such is life. All right. Is this the last tournament for a while to follow the play what you've been playing guideline, or do any new decks kind of push out others out of the meta with Paldean Fates? I assume is the question. And Travis Holler was asking.
Yeah, or maybe I think you meant rotation too. But I
I?
mean,
My bad.
I don't know. I'm just insinuating. I mean, Paldean Fates isn't going to change much, so you can still play what you like. Rotation, like I guess yes. Like Gardevoir is probably dead. Mew is obviously dead. Rapid Strike's gone. I mean, Charizard's still good. Roy Moon's still good. Miraidon's probably fine. Tina's getting nerfed, but it might still be fine. So yeah, if your
I think
deck,
it's still fine.
yeah, like if your deck isn't one of the decks that's surviving rotation, then yes. And if you like Gardevoir, it does survive rotation, but it's way worse. So yeah, those are the decks.
Bro, I'm coping. I'm coping so hard right now by saying that too.
I mean, Chen Pao. I mean, I said this about this set, but Chen Pao looks like it's getting broken with the next set, so I am excited.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, damn, I got to switch over, man. It's funny because like I'm scrolling through these questions and like everyone just knows we're Guardy mains, so like half of them are just Guardy questions. But yeah, no, I mostly agree with you. I think this might be the last like play what you've been playing kind of tournament. Actually, I would say like everything up to rotation.
Yeah.
I think it's still a play what you've been playing kind of tournament. I don't think Moonlit Hill like does enough to really warp the meta that much. I and you already think Guardy is S tier, like, but no one's gonna play it, and that's the reality. Like we're gonna go to Knoxville, like, oh, Guardy's the best deck, and for the fourth tournament in a row, it's gonna be underrepresented.
I
So,
feel like it's actually going to see a lot of play this weekend because the meta is like insanely good for it. Like Charizard is always
I
the most
hope
popular
so.
deck, good. Roaring Moon is going up and play, good. Mew is going up and play, good. Tina is like 50-50 at worst. Like I think it's slightly favored. So it's like the only bad matchup you have is Miraidon, and like those don't even convert to day 2. So just dodge them, and I think you'll have a good time.
yeah, I mean, I agree. This is our philosophy. Just nobody else does. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right. What rogue? Josh Bennett asks, what rogue deck has the best chance at top 8?
Rogue deck. I mean, if it's a rogue deck, I feel like I won't know what it is before next top 8. But I guess
That's also my thought process.
if we're gonna go with like underrepresented deck, I don't know, maybe that Lost Zone Glasses deck, because I feel like now that Roaring Moon's there, Tropius is actually pretty good. I mean, Hands is always good.
Would you believe me if I told you a top 4 at Liverpool?
Did it?
Oh, sorry, top 8 at Liverpool.
Oh, okay, well then, my bad. It already top 8'd. I don't know. What's another
I
rogue
mean-
deck? Like Cloth? Like, I don't know.
I think the safe answer is Arc Pile.
Sure, yeah, let's go Arc Pile, actually, yeah. That's a good answer.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's two arc Rayquazas that day two Liverpool and top 32 at that. Like it wasn't just like
I think one
for
made the winning
jokes.
in too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, bro, arc pile is alive and well.
Oh, actually, you know what?
Fortunately or unfortunately.
I was scrolling here on Liverpool. Someone made day 2 with Reggie Drago Charam.
I
That
saw that.
that is fire, man.
Hey, hats off, bro.
Oh, it's not even
I'm
Reggie Drago
happy.
V-Star. It's actually straight up Reggie Drago like non. I just looked it up.
It's a bunch of like those single prizes like grass
Yeah.
types as well. It's pretty cool.
Zarude, Wishy Washy, Wo Chien. Yeah, this
Zarude
is
Sandstorm.
Zarude Sandstorm. I love it. Shout out to Joe Yeats.
Shout out that guy.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. We have another Hunter Gibbon also as VIP or no VIP Guardy for Nox. Yes, we're picking our brains. I think we're both on no VIP Guardy at this point. What Andrew Moore asks, what's the deal with European Zard players playing 2 times TM Devos in their decks at Liverpool? Is this an arms race? Will these horrors ever cease?
I have no idea. Aneil, what do you think? Why do you think they play double Devo?
Well, I mean, like, I feel like it's such a pretty card. I've never been a fan of TM Devo. It's like, it's so situational, and like half the time it's such garbage, but like against Zard, it's obviously really, really good. So,
Yeah, it's a mirror tech.
if you really hate Zard and you want to play 2 of these, bro, by all means.
Yeah.
But just know those are 2 cards you could probably use to improve another matchup somewhere.
Like maybe even like if you want to play 2, just cut the second one for like the justified gloves. I feel like that's also good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If
Actually,
you're
but
scared
then
of mirror, like, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say it kind of goes against the like game plan of like using the Devo because you're supposed to hit everything then devolve at the end. So yeah, I don't know.
I'd feel better if like they didn't play Charmeleon at all, but now that they play Charmeleon, it's like, all right, who really cares?
Well, isn't that,
Alright.
isn't that fine
Well-
still? Because you like just hit the Charizard and then take the prize, or no? Are you? I mean, I
Oh
guess.
yeah. In that sense, yeah. But I'm thinking in the sense of like when you're like devoing at the end of games because you know they're out of rare candies.
But I mean, if you play 2, it kind of makes sense. Like, let's say they like rare candy Pidgeot, rare candy Zard. If you like Devo them, they don't play Pidgeotto. So then it's like if they want to get another Pidgeot, they want to like candy another Zard. It's like that's like all their rare
Yeah.
candies going. So I don't know. And
But
like,
that's what I mean with Charmeleon too, because like otherwise you could just lock them out of the game.
oh, I
and
see what
see
you're
a
saying.
lot more merit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
Alright, well,
It's
either
interesting
way.
because like you're not getting one shot by their Charizard if you're at 6 prizes. So
Yeah. Will the horrors ever cease? I don't know. This shouldn't be a horror, I don't think. So that's my answer for that. All right. Friend of the program, Marina Farah. asks,
Marina Ferret.
Yeah. What is your favorite Pokemon memory / best friendship story spent together playing Pokemon throughout the years, and why is it a standout? And like to be honest, Marina, I'll keep it a buck. Most of these we can't say on air, but carry on.
I mean, this is a very wholesome question, Aneil.
It is. It is. I don't have very wholesome answers.
I feel like most of my answers are wholesome, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm thinking. I'm thinking of some wild stuff, man.
I don't know what you're talking about, Aneil.
Certain people smoking darts outside your house.
Okay, well, okay.
Stuff like that.
Okay, but that's not a wholesome, good memory. Okay.
That it wasn't us. Just
Yeah, no, that was not me or Neil.
we don't smoke darts, bro.
For me, I'd say it's kind of like a cop-out, but I just enjoy like traveling together. Like I always enjoy car rides to tournament. I think they're really fun. Like I don't just like
Yeah.
chopping it up, like reminiscing. I really loved one of my favorite is when we went to Fogo de Chao like last year, and we had Marlo as our waiter,
Oh yeah.
and we were just like
yeah.
best friends with this waiter at Fogo de Chao. Like he was hanging out with us, like drinking with us, taking photos. That was a good memory. I don't know. We went to
quite a
Worlds.
few.
Yeah, we went to Worlds together for the first time. That was nice. I feel like we worked together that whole year. We both leveled up. When we played top 4 of nationals, we were having a good time.
That was jokes.
That was jokes.
That was my answer.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I stole it.
Just like totally going crazy on that stream, not thinking there was audio, and later finding out there was audio, and people were listening to what we were saying the whole time. Like that's like goated story.
That is a good
Like,
story.
Honestly, it's beneficial for us in our professional careers that has since been taken down.
We were like, how old were we back then? Like 13, 14?
This was in 2013.
Yeah.
so
So I
was
would have been
15.
14. I would
You were
have been 14. Yeah. So.
Yeah, which is pretty crazy. Honestly, man, like I really just kind of going around. We're gonna do it again this weekend. Like we're just going to Nashville to yeehaw for a weekend. So it's always a good time. I did enjoy pitch and putt that one.
Oh,
time
that
we
was a really
went,
good time too, actually. In Vancouver,
Yeah,
so
that's
anyone
pretty
listening that's going to Vancouver regionals, the big park, it's called Stanley Park. It's really nice. Like one of the nice, 'cause it's on the ocean. Like you can rent a bike and like do the hole. It's called the seawall. But they have like a pitch and putt where it's like every hole, it's like a golf course. It's like 50 to 100 yards. You can rent the clubs. Like, it's really fun. Highly recommend if you're going to Vancouver this year.
Yeah, for all 50 of you who got in, I do recommend you go. Don't all go at once. Where do we see these decks post-rotation with the card pool that we have? And the decks are Zardiax, Miraidon, and Gardy in brackets coping. Us
Okay.
too, don't worry.
Guardy is definitely cope. You have to play it with Drifloon probably, or Screamtail, which seems bad. And you're losing like Arcana, which is just like so big. Like that's just like drawing cards. I mean, you keep Refinement, but I don't know. I just don't think it's gonna be a tier. I don't even know if it'll be a tier 2. It might be a tier 2 deck. I'll say bottom of tier 2. Miraidon loses Flaffy, but we're already seeing like the Peony build like kind of like go to 1/1 Flaffy. So I think the deck is probably okay. It's probably gonna go even more aggro. Like I think that's just the direction. And then Charizard, I don't even know what Charizard loses. Like I feel like it keeps like almost all its cards.
It's so good.
And it gets the Poffin card too to replace VIP. So I think Charizard just stays the same.
Yeah, I think Zard is BDIF for me, for sure, going to UIC. I actually have a different take on Miraidon. I think it's dead.
You think it's
I think
dead?
it's going to be... Yeah, I just from looking at meta shares and stuff and just like thinking about it logically, like to me, I just don't see how it can compete right now. Like it goes back to kind of... It reverts to the old Miraidon where you're just like 2/2/2, just willing to just to die over and over. And I feel like that's where we're at again. So I hope I'm wrong, but we'll see. Guardy is definitely dead though. Sad face. Connor Chiapetta asks, how many Arc in day 2? And I assume he means Knoxville.
Okay, so I mean, how many people are playing in Knoxville? Like 1,800 or something?
I think like 15, 1600,
15?
but yeah, sure. So that's like 150 day 2 players.
I'll say 4 Arceus.
Really?
Why, you think that's high or low?
No, I'm going to 12, bro.
12?
12.
No, there's no way, bro.
There's a lot of Arceus running around.
Okay, wait, let me look at Charlotte.
A
How
lot.
many made day 2? 1, 2.
Look at Liverpool. Liverpool's interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so Charlotte we had 6. That's actually not bad, but that was a huge tournament. Liverpool we had
I count
7.
4 so far. Oh, wow. There's like 4 in the top 32 and then nothing till the very bottom.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Arceus is like bad against Roaring Moon, and it's bad against Gardevoir. And it's like not even that good against Giratina.
I'm thinking about the Gardevoir matchup. I don't think it's that bad. Moon for sure. But Gardevoir I think is winnable.
I don't know. Gardevoir just like wipes the floor with you. They one-shot everything.
They did Judge Path repeatedly and eventually you just get cheesed out.
I mean, like the thing with Gardevoir is once you're set up, like Judge doesn't do anything. I'm just like Refinement, Arcana. And like
That
they
Delphox
can't.
is scary though.
That is true. But I mean, like Arceus doesn't play away to one-shot like your Guardy EX, so it is actually pretty difficult for them to take 2 prizes.
But they do now.
With what?
Rayquaza VMAX.
Oh, Rayquaza VMAX, then I'm taking 3 prizes, bro. Actually, but I guess it doesn't matter if they don't put another 3 prizes into play. I don't know. I've always been like an Arceus hater, even when the deck was like objectively like tier 1.
Yeah.
But
I also now find myself to be a hater, but the stats are so good that I think it'll always be kind of relevant.
yeah.
All right, so Michael Kahutich. I'm sorry, I definitely butchered that. I tried. People butcher my name all the time too. It's cool, and yours actually.
Yeah.
You're Ciaran.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's calm. We're used to it. What meta decks are you looking forward to playing post rotation?
C-Pal, baby. Give me that Prime Catcher and the Coder card that puts 2 on top. I mean that.
Shocking answer.
That'll be. I mean, I want to play C-Pal this weekend because it's just fun. But I'm like, I know it's.
And I think you should.
I think I probably should too. I mean, but then I can't like play Gardevoir again, so it's like
That's why we have Vancouver.
That's true. But I mean, like I
We're
feel
one
like.
of 56 people to get in, bro. Like,
But what if I save Chen Pao for Vancouver since it's a Canadian deck? So I got to save it for the Canadian tournament.
it could work, but Guardy gets better in Vancouver, and we both know you're gonna look at Moonlit Hill and be like, "Nah, I'm playing." With
No,
this.
but if Guardy gets better and more people play Guardy, that's even more reason to play Chen Pao.
It's actually true. That's actually true. Yeah, Chen Pao is actually like a deceivingly tough matchup for Guardy.
Yeah. I mean, on paper, like Chen Pao is like busted matchups, and then you play the deck and you're like, all right, I'm Pokestopping turn 1. Like,
Yeah.
give me a VIP.
All right, they killed my Beebs. I lose. We'll see. Yeah, I think I mostly agree with you. I think I might hop on the CPAL train, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
What other deck is good? I don't even know what other decks are good. I mean, like maybe the TDK deck might be fun. Oh, the Dawn Fan deck
TDK
might
is
be
doing pretty
fun.
well.
The Great Tusk.
Yeah, it's doing pretty well.
Great Tusk Mill might be fun. I'm excited to try that one. Yeah, I'll say Great Tusk Mill and CPAL. Those are my 2.
Yeah, I agree. Let's just say that. Jose Padilla asks thoughts about pineapple on pizza.
Pineapple. I mean, I don't order pineapple on pizza on any of my go-to pizzas. But, like, I don't hate it. Like, when it's on a slice, I'm like, okay, it's not bad. It's just not my go-to.
I think it's whack. I just don't get it, man.
It's just
Like
sweet and
if you're
savory,
putting
bro.
pineapples on, bro. Like let's just slice up some oranges and some peaches and
No,
throw
it's
that on there
different.
too.
It's the sweetness level of pineapple is nice. Also, yo, like,
Yeah,
who even started this
super
debate?
sweet.
Like, why did pineapple get singled out to be like this big debate,
Because
bro?
there's people like me who are like really like passionate antis. So you create this like discourse.
See, but like, why are you being like a hater? But I feel like it's something that like doesn't affect your life if someone likes pineapple on pizza. Like, why are people getting bent about pineapple
Bro,
pizza?
I'm not the one asking. I'm just delivering my
No, I know. I'm
opinion.
just giving my
That
take. I don't understand why it's a big thing.
I don't know either, but I'm I'm here to say that it's whack, bro. It's like when people tell me that like I don't know, bro. Like just like some things just don't belong together. Like I have a boy who like every time we order pizza, he's like, "Yo, y'all got ketchup?" I'm like, "What?
Yeah,
What do
no,
you mean y'all got ketchup?"
that's no. Like, I genuinely do not like ketchup. Like, I think it's just
See, that's a hotter take than not
yeah.
eating
Like, it's
pineapple.
just no. It's not for me. But again, if
Just
people like what they like, if I'm not eating it, not my problem.
true. Fair enough. Patrick asks thoughts on the winning Liverpool list cutting a cram. And if you don't mind, I'll take the lead on this
Yeah,
one.
you're the Mew expert on this pod. I was gonna defer to you
Well,
anyways.
well, it's funny because I actually have a limitless entry with 3 cram in the move list. So it's the reason why I think it's fine is because it's win more. The card has always kind of been win more, and like yeah, cram is a sick card, but the way that deck was kind of built, like at least his build specifically, was like he's playing these two fusions, he's playing one Elisa. Like there isn't a whole lot of like movable cards, so to speak, like a lot of cram targets in general.
Hmm.
And especially since now that you can't cram tools and he plays 6 of them, I think it changes a lot. So I
That's
think
true.
3 cram is fine. It's a win more card, so I was cool with it.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Oh, do you not think though you kind of want cram for those matchups where you need the Elisas? Because like if they Spirit Tomb you, like your only outs are like the one Elisa or like the or 3 cram in this case.
Yeah, it plays triples 4 stone, so I think
That's
that's
true
probably
actually. So you have more
the
outs.
reason for that
Yeah,
one.
it's probably fine. I mean, yeah, looking at
Yeah.
his list, like I don't know what else I'd cut. Like the rest are all like consistency cards or like you need box to have a chance against Gardevoir or Charizard
For me, it'd
even.
probably be Palpad. That's a really interesting inclusion, but I mean, he
Yeah,
won originals and I didn't, so
I feel like Palpad's been in Mew for a while, like that or Silene, right?
it's I don't know. Palpad really clunks up your hand sometimes.
That is true. Yeah,
You start with it, you're in trouble.
actually,
Uh,
like, but then
sorry,
like
go ahead.
I was gonna say if this is off topic, but if anyone wants a really cool like Pokemon like stats video, like Stefan Eriks had made one on like the odds if you Palpat something back in a Mew deck, like how much it increases your odds of drawing stuff. So go watch it. It's called Stefan's Classroom.
That is interesting.
It's actually I love his YouTube channel. Very good. He's a stats professor and he does like Pokemon scenarios. I know that's just one of the videos
That's
I
sick.
watch from him, so it pops into my head.
All right. Last question. Aaron Davis asks, "Is Moon a real deck?" And I think we already answered this. I think the answer
Yeah,
is
the answer is
yes.
100% yes. It is a real deck.
Yes. Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you to everyone who asked this stuff. It always makes our episodes more interesting when we
Yeah,
can
it's
talk about
fun.
Kevin
I like
Durant for half of
it.
it. Yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it. Just to wrap up this episode, like it's 12:24. I gotta go to bed. I'm an old man. Uh, what are your thoughts going to Knoxville? I know we're gonna say the same thing we always say, like, oh, the meta's the same. Oh, blah blah
Well,
blah. But like, yeah, sorry.
I
Go
was gonna
ahead.
say it's a little. I think it'll be a little bit different than we're used to. I mean, like we saw, like Roaring Moon's like a real deck now that we didn't have for the past like I don't know, like 5 tournaments before Charlotte. So like I actually think Roaring Moon might even be like the third most popular deck. Like I'm gonna guess it's gonna have like a 12 to 13% meta share. I think it'll take Miraidon's spot. I think Gardevoir is gonna go up. It was like 7.5% last week. I think it'll go up to like I think it'll be like 10 or 11. I just think the meta is so good for it, and people will recognize that. Um, Charizard, no matter what, just gets like 17% meta share. I don't know why or how, but Charizard will maintain that, I think. And I feel like Miraidon might go down a bit. It hasn't been doing well lately, and I just feel like people might switch to Roaring Moon. I feel like they're similar deck archetypes. And Tina will
Yeah,
stay at like the 13 to 15% range, I think.
I think Mew goes up a little bit. I think Moon goes down. Or sorry, Moon goes up. Miraidon goes down. I agree with you.
Yeah.
As for Gardevoir, bro, like last like I said, like last like 4 tournaments, it's been the clear cut best deck you can play. And people just aren't doing it for one reason or the other. And like I understand there's a high skill ceiling for it, and that is something to consider.
I think it's the ties. That's the problem, right? Like, it's really hard. You have to win most of your sets 2-0. So, like, you're like,
Hmm.
there's less margin for error with the deck where, like, if you draw poorly in a game or something. So
That's also like part of my decision within like VIP versus no VIP. Like because the VIP version is just faster. Like you can just do things a little bit faster. You don't have to take that extra turn to set up, which it doesn't take a whole lot of time, but like
uh,
it can add up, right?
I mean, but even with the VIP version, like your ideal turn two is normally still Mirage stepping. But like yes, like if you need to play a faster game plan, you can pivot to that. Like put the Mew, go for the candies. Like towards
What's
list, I
funny
saw
is
played
like
3 rare candy. So he's like speeding
yeah, I
up a
saw
bit.
that. What's funny is like within my VIP build, I probably Mirage step once every 5 games, like
Oh
four or
really?
5 games. I actually don't step.
Hmm.
I really don't enjoy it because if I'm playing against Zard or something, my first target, or maybe not Zard, against like Tina, for example, my first thing is to get immune active and dig for rare candy. Like I'm always trying to go kind of aggro with Cresselia,
Yeah.
and that's always kind of how I play the deck. So like for me, I think it makes a big difference. For like most players, I think stepping is still optimal a lot of the time. I just don't do it. Like I do
Yeah.
it sometimes. I don't do it all the time. Like, but there's definitely merit to both ways.
Yeah. 100%.
So yeah, yeah. If that's people's decision, think about it like that. If you can play fast, you can play the non VIP. If well, the other thing is too, like all of Liverpool played VIP, so it's another thing to
I mean,
consider.
it just comes
Let's
down
see
to
where we
personal
go.
preference, to be honest. Like even though I play no VIP, like I'm saying, like I don't think like it's better. I just prefer playing it that way.
Yeah, and
But
like I mean, we've
yeah,
had these conversations off air a lot too. Where we're like, which one's better, and we're just like, they're both fine.
yeah. So I honestly haven't played VIP Guardy in like a long time. Like I took a
It won't
long
be a hard
break after
switch.
LAIC. Like literally, I had my like deck in my box. I'm like, all right, I'll just keep playing this.
Yeah, actually, Charlotte was my first one since LAC as well. We both took a long ass break.
Yeah, the Knoxville's gonna be my first
Um,
big event in like 3 months, so I'm excited.
that's crazy. I think the other thing too is like if you're on the fence of like a card, like I am, like with tarot, it's almost better to not play VIP if you're on the fence because you can just fit in more stuff.
Yeah,
So if you're just like, hey, I want to play this card, and that card, whatever, just dump the VIPs, man. Other than that, yeah, I think Tina's still in a great spot.
yeah,
Zara's still in a great spot. Like all these decks are still gonna show up.
yeah.
Generally, like it seems like these like middle of format regionals just kind of deviate towards the top decks, anyways.
Hmm.
The percentages just keep getting higher and higher and higher. People see results, so over and over, you're just gonna see the same decks until March when you see the same deck again because there's only one deck getting better, so nothing really changes.
Yeah, I mean,
You
I know we've been
sorry, go
saying
ahead.
the format's kind of boring, but like I actually still enjoy the format. I think it's still fun. Like there's still a good
Oh,
variety
it's
of
healthy.
decks. Yeah, it's healthy. Like there's something for everyone, so I still like it.
This has been the healthiest format I think I've seen in a long, long time.
Yeah,
Like, there's just so many good decks, and like we had a conversation about this too, like how we went from like S tier Lugia slash Palkia slash Mew at one point to like this,
yeah,
and like
it's
you compare
refreshing.
this to where we were at last year, night and day.
Yeah, 100%.
So, hey,
Yeah,
I mean, there's always gonna be something to complain about. I don't think right now is one of those times where I'm complaining too heavily. At least it's fun. We're having fun. Different decks are winning. It feels like the better player wins most of the time as well.
yeah. I
Which
find
is
there's a
which is
lot of like
fun.
really intricate games since like there's a lot of slower matchups, so they're more drawn out, which I really enjoy.
Yeah, I'm just looking right now at the at Knoxville of last year, what the meta shares were. Actually, it was way more balanced than I thought it was.
Was it?
It was 33% Lugia, 11% Lost Zone, 11% Vikavolt, 11% Regis, 11% Mew, which is kind of shocking, to
I
be
mean,
honest.
like yeah, you had Lugia, but it seems like the other decks were all sharing.
Yeah, I actually don't know if this is a real thing because at the bottom of it, I'm looking at it. It says Raikou and Articuno. I don't even know what that means.
Well, there's that
What
Articuno
is
deck with
Raikou?
Inteleon, right? And then like
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what is Raikou. What the hell is
it's
this?
Reggie Lucky
Oh,
VMAX with Raikou, bro.
no, no, no. I remember what this was. This was like a Vikavolt counterbox. I just played higher counts of Raikou than
No, I
Vikavolt.
clicked on the deck. It's straight up a Raikou v Reggie Lucky deck.
We're looking at a different one.
No, I clicked on it, bro. The one from Knoxville.
Oh, I was looking at the one from Baltimore. Yeah, you're right. This is a very interesting deck this person built here.
That's pretty cool, bro. He got top 64.
Hey, respects, man. Respects. But yeah, that's I guess we're in a better place now for sure. So
Yeah.
just with that in mind, everyone in Knoxville, best of luck this weekend. It's gonna be fun. It's a very interesting venue with absolutely zero cell service, so y'all be well. If you need 911, run upstairs fast, get some service. Other than that, yeah, have fun in Knoxville. It's a fun city. If you're flying into Knoxville, have fun. The airport's tiny. If you're flying into Nashville, go yeehaw on Broadway. Everything else to to add into that one?
No, it's my first time in Knoxville, bro. So I'll have to add it to my like regional city tier list at the end.
It's good. I think it'll be actually pretty high up.
Like, what are you predicting? Like a B tier type thing?
Yeah, like a B, C tier.
Okay,
something like
okay.
that.
Yeah, that's where my vibe
I know
is
how
at,
critical
mostly.
you are of these cities, so I have to keep that in mind.
Well, I feel like I'm very fair in my judgment. Like,
You just hate all of them.
I don't hate all of them, bro. There's so many in A and S tier, bro. Like, bro, if there's sentimental reasons, like Fort Wayne is in my A tier, even though objectively it shouldn't be in
That's
my
just
A
ridiculous. All right, Baltimore's my S tier. That's all I got. All right, y'all. Be well. See you in Knoxville.
tier. Take it
Peace.
easy.